Aloha! Yan. So, good morning sa ating lahat and welcome sa lesson 14 of Fundamentals of Accounting. Ayan, how are you? Kumusta naman kayo? Ano ba yung ginagawa nyo ngayon? Ayan. Hopefully, na nagsasagot kayo ng mga requirements ninyo, di ba? Kahit pagod naman na kayo sa trabaho, kung mayroon gawing trabaho, ayan. Please find time to answer your requirements, okay? Sa mga hindi pa nag-submit, ayan, pinapaalala ko, palagi kong sinasabi sa inyo na mag-submit na kayo ng requirements ninyo para hindi kayo matambakan kasi patapos na naman ang second sem natin, magsisimula na naman tayo sa August ng first sem, ayan, para makausad naman na kayo, diba? So, please do your part as a student. Student pa rin naman kayo kahit hindi kayo pumapasok dito sa school kasi nagmo-module nga kayo, diba? May online class naman tayo, diba? Nagkakandak naman na tayo ng online class and please attend, okay? So, sa last topic natin, we discussed about the adjusting entry. And now, we will be discussing about preparing an adjusted trial balance. So, ang una kasi dyan, di ba, may transaction. So, binigay ni company yung transaction niya for that specific month. Okay, gawan natin ng general journal entries. So, gagawa tayo ng journal entries. And next na step is gagawa tayo ng general ledger and of course, ang next dun is gagawa tayo ng trial balance. So, pag natapos natin yung trial balance natin, syempre may mga adjusting entries tayo, di ba? May mga supposed to be na dapat i-record natin ngayon kasi nagawa naman natin ngayon yun, di ba? So, yun yung purpose ng adjusting entries. And of course, pag natapos natin sa adjusting entries natin, ngayon ipopost naman natin sa trial balance which is now the adjusted trial balance bago tayo gagawa ng financial statement. So, what are the financial statement again? Ayan, statement of income, statement of financial position, ayan, statement of changes in equity, ano pa yung isa? Statement of cash flow. So, yun yung mga, bago tayo gumawa ng mga financial statements, kailangan naka-ready yung adjusted trial balance natin. Okay? Kasi, doon tayo magbe-base doon tayo magbe-base sa paggawa ng mga financial statements natin. Okay? So, at the end of this lesson, the learners should be able to identify needed information on preparing adjusted trial balance. And number 2, prepare an adjusted trial balance. Okay? So, what is adjusted trial balance? So, sabi ko nga kanina, we already know how to adjust entries on the books of accounts. And the next step is to prepare adjusted trial balance in order for us to incorporate the adjusting entries we made. Ayan, this is the second trial balance prepared in the accounting cycle. Its purpose is to test the equality between the debits and the credits after adjusting entries. Ayan, are entered into the books of the company. And to illustrate how it works, here is the sample of adjusted trial balance. So, let's have an example. Ayan, unadjusted trial balance to ni Gray Electronic Repair Services as of December 31, 2019. Ayan. So, basahin natin yung given. So, dito sa account title, under debit and credit, may cash tayo ng 7,480,000. And yung accounts receivable, may 3,400 tayo. And sa service supplies, ayan, or sa supplies natin, may 1,500 tayo. And unadjusted trial balance to Furniture and fixtures, meron tayong 3,000, and service equipment 16,000 pesos, and accounts payable 9,000. Sa loans payable natin may 12,000 tayo. And Mr. Gray capital, may 13,200 tayo, and Mr. Gray drawing, may 7,000 tayo. Okay? Sa service revenue naman, may 9,550 pesos tayo. And of course, sa rent expense, may 1,500. And sa salaries expense, may 3,500 tayo. And taxes and licenses, may 370 pesos. And a total of 43,754 debit and credit. Sabi nga natin, pag trial balance, kailangang balance yung debit and credit. Kung hindi yan balance, there is something wrong with your journal entries or your general ledger. Okay? So, ito yung given sa unadjusted trial balance ni Gray Electronic Repair Services. Now, gawa tayo or kunin natin yung mga adjusting entry na ginawa niya. Okay? Na kinompute niya. So, at the end of the period, the following adjusting entries were made. So, December 31, meron tayong accounts receivable na nadagdag, which is 300 pesos. And of course, service revenue na nadagdag din, which is 300 pesos. And December 31, utilities expense 1,800, and of course utilities payable 1,800. Ayan, December 31 also service supplies expense. So nabawasan yung supplies mo na ng 900 pesos, and the service supplies 900 pesos. Okay? December 31, depreciation expense, which is 720, and accumulated depreciation 720. So, ito yung mga adjusting entries natin. Now, we will insert it to the trial balance para maging adjusted trial balance siya. Okay? Ayan, after posting the above entries, the values of some items in the adjusted trial balance will change. So, take the first adjusting entry. So, ito yung adjusting entry natin. Yung una, accounts receivable, which is 300. And the service revenue na 300 din. Okay, accounts receivable is debited, hence is increased by 300. And then of course, service revenue is credited for 300. Nadagdagan din yung service revenue. Okay? Now, tignan natin kung nadagdagan. So, accounts receivable mo naging 3,700. Noong sa unadjusted trial balance mo, yung accounts receivable mo is 3,400. Pero, may adjusting entry ka na 300 at the end of the year. So, dadagdag mo ngayon yung 300 na yon. So, dito sa adjusted trial balance mo na, ang computation na niya is 3,700 kasi nadagdag na natin yung 300 pesos. So, yun yung adjusting entry natin for accounts receivable. Sa service revenue naman, so hanapin natin dito yung ito yung service revenue. So, ang adjusted trial balance na niya is 9,850. Samantalang noon dun sa unadjusted niya is 9,550. Ngayon, may adjusting entry kasi siya na 300 pesos. Kaya, idadagdag natin dyan. Ayan. So, service revenue, 9,850,000. So, naidagdag yung adjusting entry mo na 300. Okay? So, punta tayo sa next. Utilities expense. So, ang utilities expense natin may 1,800 tayo, and of course, utilities payable may 1,800 din tayo. So, idadagdag natin. So, sabi dito, ayan, yung kanina, the balance of accounts receivable is increased, yan, to 3,700 na siya, and you added 3,400 from adjusted balance plus yung 300 adjustment. So, yung service revenue will now be 950 from the adjusted trial balance na 9,550. So, dito, next entry natin is yung utilities expense and utilities payable. Did not have any balance in the unadjusted trial balance. After posting the above entries, they will now in the adjusted trial balance. So, wala dito sa unadjusted trial balance natin. So, i-add lang natin siya. Okay? Idagdag lang natin dito kasi hindi nag-reflect sa unadjusted trial balance natin. Ngayon, meron sila sa adjusting entries. Ngayon, para mag-reflect sila sa adjusted trial balance, idagdag na lang natin. Okay? So, ito yung utilities payable, which is 900, and of course, utilities expense, which is 1,800. 1,800, I mean. Okay? So, that is for utilities expense and utilities payable. Next is we have also the service supplies expense na 900 and service supplies. So, bakit ba tayo nagbawas ng supplies natin? Kasi nagamit na natin. So, we need to adjust it. So, na-consume natin yung worth 900 pesos na service supplies. That is why we need to deduct the amount 900 from the service supplies. Okay? So, yan yung adjusting entry niya. Ayan. Service supplies expense is debited for 900 pesos, I mean. And service supplies is credited for 900. So the service supplies account had a debit balance of 1,500 after incorporating the 900 credit adjustment. So the balance will now be 600. So tingnan natin sa adjusted trial balance natin kung tama. Service supplies. Okay, 600 na siya. So, dati, ang nai-reflect dun sa unadjusted trial balance mo is 1,500. Ngayon, sa service revenue mo kasi, at the end of the year, ayan, service supplies mo at the end of the year, syempre, na-consume mo na yung worth, sabi niya sa adjusting entry, na-consume mo na yung worth 900 pesos. So, kailangan nating i-deduct yung 900 pesos sa 1,500 sa service supplies natin. Okay? So, 1,500, i-less mo yung 900. So, may natira na lang na 600 sa service supplies mo or sa supplies on hand mo na 600. Ngayon, hanapin naman natin yung service supplies expense. Okay? This is your service supplies expense na 900. Okay? Ito yon. Kasi sa adjusting entry natin, ayan, ito yung 900 service supplies expense. Idagdag na lang natin. Okay? Ang next is depreciation expense. We have the amount is 720 and accumulated depreciation is 720. So, depreciation expense natin, so wala dito sa unadjusted trial balance. Ayan. There were no depreciation expense and accumulated depreciation in the adjusted trial balance. So, because the adjusting entry, they will have a balance of 720 in the adjusted trial balance. So, ilagay lang natin yung account title na yon. Idagdag lang natin sa adjusted trial balance kasi walang na-mention dun sa unadjusted trial balance. Okay? Ito yun, the depreciation expense which is 720 and the accumulated depreciation na 720. Okay? So, I think nailagay na natin lahat yung mga adjusting entries. So, the adjusted trial balance would look like this. One na already. Okay? So, i-compute natin kung tama yung computation niya under debit and credit. Sabi nga natin kanina, dapat parehas yung computation niyan. Para, of course, maging balance eh. So, let's start with the debit. 7,400, 3,700, 600, and 3,000 plus 16,000, 7,000, 1,500, 3,500, 370, 1,800, 900, 720, plus, ayan, tama. At ang total ng debit is 46,570 pesos. Ayan. Pag sa credit naman tayo, 720 plus 9,000 plus 1,800, 12,000, 13,200, and 9,850. Ayan, a total of 46,570. Ayan. So, tama yung computation natin. Balance yung adjusted trial balance natin. Okay? Kay Gray Electronic Repair Services. Okay? So, meaning, kung balance yung debit and credit mo, ayan, tama yung ginawa mong adjusting entry, yung pag-insert sa adjusting entry mo. Okay? Now, ayan, sa susunod na discussion natin, we will be discussing about financial statement. So, syempre, na-compute na natin yung adjusted trial balance. Ang next step na gagawin natin is to make the financial statement. Sabi ko nga kanina, di ba? Now, let's go to your requirements for lesson 14. Ayan. Ang requirements ninyo for lesson 14 is prepare adjusting journal entries and adjusted trial balance of the following based on the unadjusted trial balance below. So, ang gagawin nyo is to prepare the journal entries muna. So, mag-refer na lang kayo sa lesson 13 natin sa adjusting, kung paano mag-adjust, gumawa ng adjusting entries. Okay? So, yung mga adjustment data natin, number 1, expired insurance. Ayan, nag-expire yung insurance mo. For the period is 20,400. So, ano ba yung adjusting entry mo dyan? Siyempre, insurance expense and insurance payable for credit. So, 20,400 yan. And number 2, estimated the depreciation of office equipment is 12,000. And the service vehicle is 26,700. So, ang depreciation daw, ang entry mo for office equipment, depreciation expense, office equipment is 12,000. And, of course, accumulated depreciation for credit, which is for 12,000. And, of course, may service vehicle din tayo. So, depreciation expense mo din, ang entry mo, adjusting entry mo is, syempre, depreciation expense and for service vehicle na 26,700 and the accumulated depreciation which is 26,700. Ayan. Sa number 3 naman, the unearned revenue balance. So, may unearned ka pa, parang may utang ka pa. So, at December 31 is 15,000. So, may hindi ka pa na-perform na worth 15,000. So, that is considered as your liability or yung parang utang mo. Kasi binigay sa'yo in advance yung pera pero hindi mo pa siya na-perform at the end of December 31, okay? So, ano yung entry mo dyan? So, syempre, revenue muna yung debit mo kasi hindi mo pa siya na-earn. So, 15,000. And of course, the unearned revenue na i-credit mo muna kasi 15,000. Okay? Kasi hindi mo naman pa siya na-earn. Hindi mo pa siya na-earn. Okay? So, number 4, on December 31, 5-day salaries is accrued. Ayan, ano ba yung rules natin pag accrued? Yun yung incurred na natin yung expenses natin pero hindi pa siya nabayaran. Okay? So, ano yung entry mo? So, salaries and wages, sabi niya dito for 5 days at 2,000 per day. So, i-compute mo 2,000 times 5. So, meron tayong 10,000 na accrued salaries. So, salaries and wages, 10,000 and accrued expense payable na or accrued salaries. Ayan, accrued expense payable natin na 10,000 for salaries, okay? Number 5 is, of course, yung advertising. Ayan, advertising is accrued at year-end for 9,550. . 'Di. 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 ' Ayan, yung anong entry mo dyan. So, syempre, advertising expense na 9,550 and advertising payable na 9,550. So, ito yung trial balance ni Daryl Realty Brokerage. So, i-enter mo lang yung mga adjusting entry niya. So, Daryl Realty Brokerage trial balance, December 31, 2015. Ayan, debit and credit. So, cash na. So, may cash tayo na sa unadjusted trial balance to kasi may idadagdag ka pa na adjusting entries to make adjusted trial balance. Okay? So, December 31, 2015. So, ito yung mga given. So, cash niya, 114,450. And sa accounts receivable niya naman, may 109,800. And prepaid insurance. So, may insurance siya na 55,400. So, anong gagawin mo dyan? May expired insurance siya dito, di ba? Okay? Office equipment na 137,500. And accumulated depreciation under office equipment is 46,000. Sa service vehicle niya, 557,600. And the accumulated depreciation niya for service vehicle is 109,500. And yung accounts payable niya is 111,000. And unearned revenue, 35,500. And yan, Daryl Capital, 600,000. Daryl Drawings, 60,000. Service income na 486,150. And yung salaries, wages, and benefits niya na 216,000. And gasoline expenses niya na 42,000. And light and water 68,400. And of course, yung communication expense niya na 27,000. A total of, ayan, 1,388,150 pesos. Ayan, so dapat balance yung debit and credit mo. So, yun yung given natin for your requirements for lesson 14. Okay? So, kung may problema kayo sa adjusting entries natin and sa paggawa ng adjusted trial balance, ayan, i-message nyo lang ako. Don't hesitate to message me, PM me on the messenger. Okay? Mag-message lang kayo, magtanong kayo para mas ma-enlighten yung mind ninyo, di ba? Para mas maintindihan nyo yung lesson, okay? So, sabi ko nga kanina sa introduction natin na hinihintay ko yung mga requirements ninyo na dumating. Di ba? Ayan, balay kong sinasabi sa inyo na patapos na naman tayo sa SEM. And yet, wala pa akong nare-receive. Ilan pa lang yung mga nagpapas. So, bilang isang estudyante naman, gawin nyo naman yung part ninyo. Ayan, di ba? Estudyante pa rin naman kayo, di ba? So, please, gawin nyo yung part ninyo para naman makausad na tayo sa mga makakompute naman na tayo ng grades, di ba? So, gawin nyo naman yung part ninyo, okay? So, this ends our topic and sana mag-ingat pa rin tayo and reminding nyo also your payments. Ayan, magbayad naman na kayo and please take your exam kung nakapag pass na kayo ng mga requirements ninyo, nakapag-submit na kayo ng mga requirements ninyo, di ba? Okay? So, this ends our lecture for today, and I hope na makapag-pass naman na kayo, makapag-submit na kayo, di ba? Okay, ingat kayo palagi and have a good day.